Okay, let's get things going. Studio 47 here. And this one is going to be about our antique bed and how that came about. It's a good story. It's a good story, worth telling. I guess Doris always wanted an antique bed. We went to visit my uncle and nephew and my cousin in Maryland, Havre de Grace, Maryland. And I guess my aunt had already passed away, and my uncle would make a meal. He was a cook, So after we had the meal and all, what do we want to do? And of course, there's some antique shops there in Havre de Grace. So we went off to the antique shops for them to give a look. And the first one, my uncle and I went in. Alan, my cousin, was also with us and all. And the first shop we went in, the second shop, Joe was tired. And him and I, my uncle, we sat in the car. And Alan and Doris were in the shop. And Alan came out to the car and he says, "She wants you inside." And of course I went in, and I suppose even Joe went in with me. And we went in, and she was looking at a bed. To me, it was a bed. And we didn't buy it. We come home. If she wanted it, we would have bought it. But we come home. Now we're home. And she says to me, "I should have bought that bed." "You should have bought it, but yes, you should have bought it." So I get on the phone and talk to the guy, and we made the deal, and I bought the bed. And nicely, he says he's coming up to Englishtown, the Englishtown auction, and he'll bring me the bed. Oh, perfect. How are we going to get the bed from Havre de Grace home and everything? He's going to deliver it and put it together. Perfect. And I gave him whatever he wanted for the bed. I don't remember anything about the finances of the bed. And it turns out to be the bed of a senator, Senator Tydings, which I'm going to read you what Google has to say about Senator Tydings. So he put the bed together and all, but the bed was too high. Doris is getting into the bed. She's using a stool. She's climbing, getting in the bed. And getting in that bed was a pain, Oh, geez, you had to climb practically to get in that bed. It was a foot higher than two. Anyway, we're sleeping one night, and we were sleeping. Boom! The bed collapsed, and down we went. We're on the floor, on mattresses on the floor. He says, "What now?" Doris says. I says, "We're good. What now? We're going to sleep, and we'll worry about it in the morning." So I revamped the bed. Maybe I suppose as far as antique or something. I put a strip, aluminum L along the thing, and I lowered that. Yeah, lowered it. No. Yeah, I guess you'd lower it so you wouldn't have to climb as high. Yeah. So I lowered it and then got all new boards across and all, and I lowered it 6, 8, 10 inches maybe. I was on that board. I lowered to put the bracket lower, the yell bracket. So I lowered it, and now I climb into the bed, and it's reasonable. It isn't too bad. So okay, that's the story of the bed. I said to Alan, "It's too bad I don't have something here, because this was a senator's bed. I'd sleep in a senator's bed. My God, who sleeps in a senator's bed? Some man of importance or something. Perfect." So does he have anything to acknowledge that's so? And he got some sort of a history book or something of Havre de Grace, and we've got that book around here. We had it on a shelf there for a while. Where it's at now, I don't know. But anyway, now I Googled uh, Tidings, Senator Tidings. I wrote it down. I don't think I even spelt it right. It's spelled Tydings, but I think I spelled it Ti. But it came up, and here's what it said. Millard. His first name was Millard. My God. Millard Evelyn Tidings. Born April 6, 1890. And he died February 9th, 1961. Was an attorney, author, soldier, state legislator, and served as a Democrat representative and senator in the United States Congress from Maryland. Tidings was born in Havre de Grace, which is where my cousin, he owns half of Havre de Grace. Not owns it, but he's got a lot of holdings there. Located in Hartford County, he attended the public schools of Hartford County and graduated from Maryland Agricultural College. Which is now the University of Maryland. He engaged in civil engineering with the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad in West Virginia in 1911. He studied law at the University of Maryland School of Law in Baltimore and was admitted to the bar and practiced in Havre de Grace in 1913. Tidings was elected to the Maryland House of Delegates in 1916 and was Speaker of the House from 1920 to 22. He served in the Maryland State Senate during Tidings served in the Army and for World War. Discharged in 1919. He was elected in the Democrat in the 68th and 69th session of the Congress. Became a candidate for the United States Senate. He was elected in the Senate in 1926, 32 to 38, 1944, and served from March 4th to 27. And asked President Roosevelt to inform the Hitler government that the country was profoundly distressed about his anti-Semitic measures. In 1950, he headed a committee generally known as the Tidings Committee to investigate Joseph McCarthy's early claims of communism. He fought that McCarthy business and all. Published a report denouncing McCarthy and his claims as a hoax. He ran for re-election in 1950. McCarthy started some kind of a picture of him with a guy that was in a communist party or something, which didn't amount to nothing. He didn't have anything to do with it. Okay. He withdrew before the election because of health reason. This is when he's getting older, you know. Death and legacy. Millard F. Tidings died at his farm, Oakington, near Havre de Grace, Maryland. He was buried in Angel Hill Cemetery. I was at that cemetery, you know, when my uncle passed and my aunt passed, you know, and that. Senate election, year 1920, at the start of his Senate service. The Millard E. Tidings Memorial Bridge, which carries Interstate 95 across the Susquehanna River, is named in his honor, as is the Millard E. I guess it's E. Tidings. Yeah, Evelyn. How did he get a name, Evelyn? Hall at the University of Maryland, College Park, which houses the Department of Government and Politics and Economies. His son, Joe Tidings, was also a senator from Maryland from 1965 to 1971. He's the grandfather of actress Alexandra Tidings. So that's it. That's the story. I sleep in a senator's bed. And that's been lowered. We lowered that. Okay. Okay, my wife's hollering for time for breakfast. We're gonna try to get this baby done today yet. I took a little video so you can see the bed. I don't know whether I'll be back or not. I'm gonna if not, that's the story of the bed. A little short video of the bed. The antique bed that my wife bought. Not a big deal, but there's a story to it, which I will tell. There's the steel, the aluminum L bracket that I put on it and lowered it as much as I could. And there's the little story behind it, which I will tell. That my cousin Ronnie had in a shed at one of his daughter's home, and they gave it to us under one condition, that I wouldn't sell it. The point of it being, though, would I ever sell it? The point of it being that it matches perfectly with the bed. One last look. And of course, the story of the bed is that it's a senator. The senator slept in that bed. Senator Tidings. I'm going to have to Google that. I know a little bit about it, but I'm going to Google and try to learn a little more about Senator Tidings, who is now dead. Okay, I'm back in the bedroom there for a minute. I went down and had breakfast. She made me breakfast. Man, what a breakfast. I'm going to start looking like Governor Christie if I'm not careful. She made eggs and all with those red peppers. And oh, delicious. I'm telling you, she put them red peppers and all on it, and I'd eat a shoe. I'd eat a shoe with those red peppers on it. But the reason now, just for this little segment, this bed, 65 years, I multiplied it out, times 365 days, comes to 20,440 times that this lady has made this bed. Approximately 20,000 times. I always kid around that if something was to happen to her, hide the ropes is what I would say. I don't know what I'd do without her. Made that bed 20,000 times. Then the other thing, the Havre de Grace connection there, you know, my cousins down there, you know, Alan was instrumental in the creation of the decoy thing. I don't know the proper terms and everything, and my cousin Ronnie would go down here, and you know, Alan was very active in the creation of that, and the name Carver and all that. I can't even think of his name right this minute. Now we have Ronnie's grandson is doing some carving, and he does very, very nicely. Okay, that's it. Signing off.